Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you.
What's up? Really like that. You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
All right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in. It is a Monday here on the Film Guy Network, which means I've got a film study coming for you. The phone's already going off with some notifications. That's always great. Thought it was an interesting football game. Everyone's rushing to Twitter because in the first quarter they don't score any points. And I even asked Kirby asked Kirby about it after the game. Hey, what about the slow start? And he was like, slow start? Didn't really think we had a slow start. Think we fumbled the football on our first possession, but we were moving the ball, and then we had a couple 3-and-outs, and then everything else was fine. It's interesting. When the couple of 3-and-outs happen, if they're consecutive, everybody's freaking out. If you have one 3-and-out to start the football game and one 3-and-out to end the football game, and the rest of them are perfect, everybody else is okay. But just because you stack them to start the football game, it looks kind of ugly, particularly after a fumble like that on 3rd and 8. Offensive football is always going to be about doing that 1/11th. It only takes one guy to completely ruin a play. I didn't think the perimeter blocking was necessarily perfect on Saturday. I thought offensive line play was okay. It was better than last week, but other than that, we got some things to correct. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Hope you like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's shut up. Oh, that boy's spinning, and let's grind the tape. Here we go. Told you last week we're not coming in with any preconceived notions on Mistake Monday nowadays. We just coming in here, we grinding the tape, we're going to figure it out, all right? First clip here, a lot of duos, okay? They come out in 12 personnel. Here's Brock Bowers, here's Oscar Dell. Hey, 4, you had a great football game Saturday, okay? I just want to get that out here off rip. Had a great football game Saturday, 4. One of your best, okay? One of your best, particularly from a blocking perspective. Great job here. Thought that, Ball State came out in a soft shell zone. But one thing I want to start to see, okay, because I see it on film. I didn't quite see it from the box because I'm not a professional and I got other things going on. But watch these safeties' reactions on these first couple of plays here, guys. They look like they're in quarters to start the snap, right? They look like they got a 4-quarter shell, right? These guys playing a 4-quarter shell right now. And then as soon as the ball snap, watch what happens to these safeties. Watch this action right here from these guys. Okay, boom. It's almost like they invert it. It's almost like the safeties roll down, corners roll back. All right, when I'm starting to see this, particularly from the sideline or from the box or whoever's seeing it, same look here, watch. Same look here, boom. As soon as the ball snapped, the safeties are almost at the line of scrimmage here. Oh, I turned my, don't know what's going on with my keyboard here. But see, boom, as soon as the ball snapped, them safeties roll down. All right, this guy's fast as you know what. All right, so if we give some ball fake here and we can get these safeties to suck up, let's take 11 immediately. Let's take 11 and start taking shots. This is what I started seeing from the box, like, hey, man, take some shots. Take some shots. I know it's only 3 plays into the possession, 3 plays into the football game, but hey, you can see these things, right? That's what you're watching as a coordinator. We're trying to see, hey, what are safeties doing? Is the middle of the field open? Is the middle of the field closed? What coverage shell are they playing, right? What defensive front are they playing? Are they even front, odd front? Those are things we're checking out during the first possession. When we come back to the line or to the sideline, that's what we're asking, right? We should be looking at those things from the box too. Not that they aren't, but they aren't exactly calling the game like they are to start. Some suddenness, man. Some suddenness. Two's never had a bunch of suddenness. It's always been kind of brute force and power, but I want to see some suddenness. Also, didn't necessarily love this decision here. No, we're good here. I'm good here. It's a different one later in the game. Later in this drive, actually. 2nd and 8. Get the ball out and on time to Marcus out there on the top. We could probably have slightly better ball placement here, 14 or 15, if we're being really, really critical. Okay? If we're being really, really critical, I want this ball out here not here, definitely not here, definitely not here. I want this ball here so we can maybe turn up and turn away from this interior defender right here, number 1. Good decision, though. Good way to play on time. 1st and 10 here. Is this when they go? All right. We're going to scatter to duo out of 11 personnel. Okay, I think this is Ra Thomas here. I like this being Ra Thomas a little bit more than I did when it was 6. It may still be 6. I can't quite tell. 5 and 6 look relatively similar on tape until you get close to them. See, that's 6. Okay, now we're going to run this little out and up here. I thought this timing on this out and up is a little bit off. You know why? Because they normally run this with an H or a Y tight end, right? This is 19 over here, and normally this is either 19 or number 4. So the timing on this is going to be a little bit different if we don't gear down 6. We got to gear down just a little bit. As we run this out, we really got to sell this out and then get up. If we kind of do this number, right, and we don't get the proper depth or don't sell it at all, we're going to run ourselves into the safety's window over here on the sideline, which is exactly what happens, okay? So these things, and this is something that I learned about quarterback play like the first 2 or 3 years that I really started to study film, okay? This ball could be earlier. We could throw him in stride, but our mechanics are based off timing, right? When we release footballs are based off timing and windows, particularly with zone beaters like this, right? I want that ball now, but I'm not the one coaching it. It might be coached to get it here, right? It might be coached to carry this a little bit more vertical and get this ball out here. Now, when it is coached a certain way, all right, if that receiver, remember I told you this receiver might have ran it a little too fast, the concept might have been gone. Well, now this ball's back here, okay? If we sell this a little bit more on the beginning of this route as opposed to doing that, well, we impact that. That difference right there could be the difference right there. You never really know. Or 15 might have just pulled the string on one, right? Or he just might have had a bad throw. It might be a miss and a great catch by 6. Or 15 could have thrown this ball because, boom, look, there's the safety. We can't throw a runner here. A lot of things going on here with regards to ball placement or quote-unquote accuracy, right? I used to get on my guy John Garcia so much over at SI. He's now at Rivals too, because we go to Elite 11 camps, and we would put score on ball placement as if it was a data point. And I'm like, it's not a data point, it's subjective. You don't know where they're coaching ball placement. You don't know where they're telling guys to throw the ball because we're not in the rooms. So how can you do that? You know what I'm saying? Same thing for quarterback play here. How can I sit there and criticize ball placement when I'm not in the room to know where they're telling the kid to put the ball? You know what I'm saying? It might look like a bad ball. It might look like a great ball, okay? Like this right here. I am questionative of this decision because, hey, look, we got RPOs everywhere. We got 6 down here. Come on, HDMI core. We got 6 down here, okay, with the arrow option with 11 blocking here, right? So essentially we have an arrow screen putting Brock Bowers one-on-one with the safety. I don't know about you guys, but that sure as shit seems like a great option. Looks like a really, really great option. Up here at the top, Marcus Rosemi-Jack-Saints doing a little bit too much playing around at the line of scrimmage on this topside fade. And of course, we've got the run action that's an option as well. The run action's killed dead nada as soon as this safety and as soon as this box gets all constipated. Okay, once it gets all constipated up in here, we don't want none of that. All right, I would love to watch you work down here to the Heisman candidate, right? The best position player in college football. But again, I don't know how you're coached. If you're coached if the back's on the right and we're fading this way, we automatically have to take our ball with our shoulders, right, on the action. I don't know if you're allowed to pull that out, open your shoulders to your right and throw that ball out. All I can do is sit here and say, that looks like the better option to me. But I don't know if that option's made readily available to you, right? But the criticism here, 1, you are the option. We know you are the option. He's in man coverage. If you violently attack him like you were knowing you were going to get this ball as a fade ball, you're going to take him out of the equation anyways. We don't even have to worry about blocking him. Okay, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to get inside leverage. You're trying to protect yourself against the run, okay, while also making sure you get back outside for your fade ball. We can't do both. Run the damn fade. Just run the fade. Quit messing around at the line of scrimmage. You're going to take him. He's in man coverage. You're going to take him with you. Now, here's the 2nd and 10. Standard handoff. You know it. We took the shot into the end zone on down 1, so let's just hand that ball off because we can't throw 2 passes in a row, even despite the fact that I'm standing in the box going, hey, man coverage, 19. This guy, he's really good. No safety help. The only guy that could possibly help him right here. This dude, y'all didn't see him. This dude about 5'10", about 5'10 and a half. Hey, one of them right there, that's all it takes. Let's get it out. But nah, right there. Hey, I see you 4. This is what I'm talking about. I see you 4. I need to see this next week. I need to see this week against SEC opponents, but I see you 4. I see you 5 yards down the field putting dudes on their head. I see it. I went and watched the All-22. I seen it there too. Stacked. I love it down here. I do. Down here, I'm good with it. You know why? What have we been teaching y'all down here on this channel for a long time? Okay, a lot of teams trying to play man coverage down in the goal line, right? A lot of add pressure, a lot of stuff like that. Okay, so I understand the processes of it. What I don't understand, I understand we want some switch releases too. I get all that. But what I don't get, and I've seen this 2 weeks in a row now, okay? What I don't get is the button hooks at 5 on 3rd and 8, okay? I don't necessarily understand that. Depth of target is important, okay? Now, I get it. You got to have some type of intermediate option while working the layered concepts. All offensive and route concepts are all about layering concepts, right? You got to have one guy at one layer, another guy at the 2nd layer, another guy at the 3rd layer. I get that, okay? But I don't know. I would like to see some type of option here, okay, as well. 15. If this is what presents ourselves, quarterback, if these are the options that we get as we get to the top of our drop, you have to take this now. Like, you're such a take it now guy, and all of a sudden you're not taking what's available. You want to pull the ball down and run. Okay, if we want to be critical of you, take that now. Put that ball on the outside shoulder of number 11 and put it in his hands to make this guy miss, because that's going to be the guy that makes it miss. Or, hey, if this guy's driving down, now ball. Throw that sucker right now, okay? So we understand why you're layering the concepts this way. You're pulling the proper defenders, Mike Bobo. So I'm going to take that analysis from that fat guy wearing a Dale Earnhardt shirt from 30 seconds ago, and I'm going to nix it. I'm fine with the concepts, okay? We have to do this because this is going to open right here. Great job by the safety driving down on that route, though. That's why I said it's a now ball, okay? Boom. Got to throw that ball right now. And trust 19 to fight back through that, point. Coach Smart already talked about the fumble. Y'all know what it is. We can't be swimming defenders with the football. That right there is always going to pop out every single time. And missed field goal, and I think we're almost done with the first recording. Should we watch defense? Yeah, let's watch defense because they bust an assignment here on the very first play, okay? Going to get a Dover right here from the tight end off the play action, okay? Smile right here, number 2, is going to bail right into the middle of the field drop, all right? Tyke's going to add in off the snap. Malachi is going to invert down into the flat here, okay? So basically you're taking your Mike linebacker, your big Willie, and you're taking Malachi and you're inverting them post-snap, okay? Watch this action from these two guys right here as the ball is snapped down, say, hut, boom. There you go. See, he's going to hang out in the hook. He's going to take middle of the field. All right, looks like he's got deep third over here. He's got deep third over here, and they brought the corner blitz as he takes this. Yeah, try pre-snap, post-snap reading Georgia as a quarterback. It's really, really, really hard. All right, but here's the problem. Okay, Malachi jumps down on this this tight end out of the flat, and this tight end on this deep over comes wide open, okay? But It doesn't matter because if we're creating havoc, right? If we're creating havoc, it doesn't matter if we're busting assignments if we're creating havoc because we're rushing the timing of the quarterback. We always will. If we continue to do this, I'm not going to say we can miss assignments or we can let guys run free, but we can let guys run free if we're in the face of the queue, and particularly if this guy is running or pursuing the football like a bat out of hell. Great job by 23 here on the top side. Hey, stay on the upfield hip of the quarterback, all right? That'd be great if you ran down this play. But you know what would be really, really great? If you stayed disciplined, attack the upfield hip of the quarterback, and protect ourselves from this naked boot action. Awesome job, 23. Awesome. We're actually watching defense today. How about that? 3rd and 6. Y'all give up a 4th down here. Here's why. Let me show you the 4th down clip. All right. Hey, as soon as they give you, me personally, I don't know how, I feel so goofy sometimes talking gap assignment and alignment with Georgia's defense because I'm like, who the hell are you? You know what I mean? One of them kind of things. But hey, when we get this tight end or H-back or whatever this is, when you're basically emptying to naked, right? They have tight end over as well, or tackle over as well. This is number 90. He's just an additional offensive lineman. Hey, Marvin, can we squeeze our alignment just a little bit when we get this? Okay, because all they're doing is nullifying this edge, and then they're just going to run right into that gap. As offensive, play designers, all we're doing is, particularly in short yardage situations, we're just trying to find the bubble. We're trying to find the hole. Okay, here's the bubble. The natural crease in the defense is right there. It's almost 2 gaps wide. Okay, Marvin, when we get that, let's just bump. Okay, let's just bump just a little bit. Not necessarily to a head up. Let's keep our outside arm free. But we dang sure can't attack his upfield shoulder, okay, because there's the crease. There's the hole. On 4th and 2, I never, ever, ever want a massive gap that big. Ever. Even if I got great linebackers like 2 that can close gaps and close creases that quickly. Okay, but that's just too much space for me. Way too much space on 4th and 1. Particularly when we got outside help, right? Our corner has been condensed with that motion. Our corner gets condensed. Watch. Watch from the wide, okay? Watch what happens to 6 as this guy goes across. As this guy goes across, our corner will condense his alignment. We're going to have outside pressure. We're going to have help, okay? Let's squeeze our alignment too. Watch 6. There goes, boom. And now we got outside help, okay? We got a guy there. We don't need to be attacking the outside shoulder of this tackle. We're giving up gaps. They get off the field relatively quickly right after that. Let's get into our next one. Here we go. Warren. You're the only guy. The only guy I felt like, I was telling Mike, the only guy I felt like we even had to correct on defense. Bro, you gave up 3 TFLs this week. And I don't even care because I can say this out loud because I done told you. You gave up 3 TFLs this week. It's right there. Finish, man. Come on. Let's get to the offense. Everybody wants to talk about the offense, so let's watch the offense. This is the first play of their next offensive possession. Boom. Let's pause it. Hey, out of, what do you even call this? 1 tight end, 2 tight end, no running back. So this is 0-2 personnel. How about them apples? Georgia in 0-2 personnel. No running backs, 2 tight ends. That's number 19. That's number 4. All right. Now I could see it the whole time. You could see it from the box. Here comes Dom Lovett. Now I don't know if I could see it, if everyone else could, particularly defensive coordinators. But here comes Dom Lovett on this jet action. Here's 19 on this action. All right, and running back, everybody's kind of watching him. Eventually, they kept running this motion, and then they're like, hey, here comes Brock Bowers on this screen outside the back, right? That's the one he drops later in the football game. They hit him at the running back position 3 or 4 times. I like this, honestly, as a coordinator. 3 or 4 times. Let's show one action. Then let's hit him on the beater, right? As long as we set something up, we might have a chance to hit it. And by God, if you see it later, if we actually get to it for the YouTube audience, parts like the red freaking sea. All right, it is wide ass open if Brock Bowers just catches the football it's a touchdown. And that's crazy to say about 19. He never drops the ball. But I used to see that in Monken's game planning too. We do one thing to set up another. Good coordinators do it. All right, good coordinators do it. Now they stay in the same personnel grouping here, okay, because that's 86 at running back. I would no huddle the piss out of football teams with this. Pin and pull. Hey, here's what I want to see from you, big guy. 77, future NFL football player, all right, preseason SEC All-American. Okay, here's what I want to see from you. I want to see when you get out here and this linebacker's pursuing like a bat out of hell and he tries to wrong shoulder you and he tries to slip up underneath you, I want to see you flip your hips, okay? I want to see you flip your hips and block that guy instead of just falling back in and cutting him off because he about falls in and makes the play here. Okay, let's slow it down. I want to see you roll your hips, roll your hips, flip your hips around, and block this guy. You got your eyes on him. He's right there. I see it. I see you looking at him. All right? So when you get over there and he tries to wrong arm you, don't just penguin dive into him. Okay? Don't just penguin dive into him. Turn your hips around, okay? And get your hands on him, man. We can't just penguin dive into dudes at the next level. Y'all see that right there? Turn your hips now, flip them. Boom, flip your hips right now and seal that sucker off instead of just falling back into it. Okay, because when we start falling, it ain't you, it's actually Tate's feet. But when we start falling, okay, guess what happens? Guess whose feet get all tangled up? Y'all see it right there. Don't penguin dive back into that. Turn around, get it. Because when all these feet are flying around, guess who ends up tripping? Our back. And guess who could have probably scored a touchdown? Our back. See, it's Tate's foot right there. You get what I'm saying. But we can't just have bodies laying around. I told y'all last week when I got on Xavier Truss's butt that you want to see a bad offensive lineman? Look at their jersey. If their jersey's absolutely dirty, if their pants are dirty, if their chest is dirty, if their back's dirty, they're bad. They're on their face, so they're on their back. That's not where you're supposed to be. Great offensive linemen are on their feet at all times. At all times. Good run. Now that's it. Come on, 73. Stay on your feet, 73. Good job, Tate and Amarius. Those dudes move people, man. Those dudes move people. I've been talking about on this channel, how are you going to occupy backside ends, right? How are you going to occupy this guy? This guy's the problem for your run game this year. This dude's ability to sprint off this edge and run down this ball carrier over here, that's going to be your issue. So how do you take that guy, okay, and occupy him? Well, we start doing things like arc releasing the tight end, okay, arc releasing this front side tight end, okay, and bringing this option for this jet sweep option and this jet sweep look. So it takes 8 and it kind of holds him right there, right? And then, like we told you last week, they're working a bunch of arrows off this concept. That's nothing new. They had arc releases and jet sweeps last year. I think one of the first touchdowns Brock Bowers scored last year was on that look against one of your mid-major opponents. Ooh, see a lot of people running into voids here. A lot of people running into voids up here at the top. There's only one guy back there. There's one safety back there somewhere. Don't know where he's at. But again, I understand this. I do. I really do. 2nd and 4, play on time, all this space in the world right here. It's hard. I don't need to say that. Hey, you got to win. You got to win out here in space. That's what you got to do because our quarterback just gave us the ball. And look, we got all the space in the world. We train y'all up to win that. We have to win that too. You know this. Have to win that. Kirby said it after the game. We judge running backs off of 2 things. Protecting the football and making the first man miss. If you could do those 2 things, you can play. He protected the football. He always protects the football. Mike, do you remember Kendall having like a big fumble or a fumble? I don't remember Kendall for being a fumbler of the football.
Maybe one
protects the football. The pass protection's absolutely impeccable. I tweeted about that last night. We just have got to start making that first guy miss. The phone's been going berserk. All right. Looks like they're in some type of, man coverage. So this was interesting to see here on 3rd and 6. Okay, watch this. This is jet motion here from 6. Okay, normally they're in nickel, it looks like to me. That's a DB, actually in dime, DB, okay? So they're in dime right here, and normally you would see this, as he runs out, you would see this guy kind of run across in man coverage. Instead, okay, this dude kind of waves and points at the safety, and this safety rolls all the way down to play man coverage here, and this guy kind of inverts back to play the middle of the field. So insto facto, you got cover 1. That's what you got. You got one man in the middle of the field. You got man-to-man coverage up underneath. So if that's the case, as a quarterback, I like the decision to attack the man beater right here, the guy who's got to end up crossing over. Look, this number 1's got to be the one fighting over all this trash, and we got that sitting down right there. Get it out of our hands nice and early on 3rd and 6. Put it in the hands of a good run after the catch guy and Dom Lovett right there. All right. Hey, you. Upfield hip. Upfield hip. Watch what happens to 18. Watch him tracking. This is just a young wide receiver playing this position. Watch him track this inside linebacker, okay, and watch him float as the linebacker floats, okay? We went underneath because he went underneath. He pursues the ball carrier right here. He takes the bait on the play fake. So what do? We start sucking up under here. Well, buddy, as soon as the quarterback pulls it out of his belly, guess what that guy's going to do? He's going to open his hips, and he's going to start working back over the top of you. So instead of attacking here, guess what, buddy? We need to attack his upfield shoulder. As offensive lineman coach used to say, run to where he's going. Run to where he's going, not where he's at. If you run to where he's at, you're going to end up banana peeling, all right? Run to where he's going, CJ. Same thing for you, Ra Thomas, down here on the bottom. As that guy, he's going to pursue this way, and then he's eventually going to bubble back out. So let's just track to the bubble back out. Let's not track to him right here. We're going to end up losing him over our upfield shoulder, and we're going to lose. Boom. That's a loss, C.J. Smith. That's a loss every single time. That's a loss. Ra Thomas. Upfield hip, upfield hip, upfield hip at all times. Know where the play is designed to go, man. That'll help you block. That'll help you block out there on the edge. Same play. Like, this is what Kirby was talking about after the game. Y'all want to talk about running the ball. These are extensions of run plays. This is all this is. This is trying to help the quarterback out, help the offense out. This is what you've been great at the last couple of years. The ability to just say, all right, we're going to play 3 over 2. These 2 guys are going to beat these 3 guys. Oh, and by the way, we're going to add in the third, who's the actual ball carrier. This is a run play. It's an extended handoff, all right? And if this guy don't block, then he's out. But normally, guess who this is? Normally, this is 84, right? It's a guy who's been known to be out there. 11, if we're going to be out here, we got to be out here, man. Come on. Both of y'all. 18, same thing. Y'all are on the field. 18 and 11 are on the field because they do something that other people cannot do, all right? And it's run really, really fast. Okay, but you got to do the other stuff, man. You got to continue to do the other stuff. Now you're in a 3rd and 8. All right? Now you're in a 3rd and 8. Motion back into duos. I believe at this point, guys, Mike Bobo love him some duos. All right? What are duos? 2 guys on each side. 2, 2. Duos. All right? I think y'all love y'all some duos this year. I don't check personnel packaging as much as I should, formation packaging as much as I should. So maybe those stats were even as last year. Maybe y'all were a duo football team last year. It just seems like it sticks out to me. All right, hey, 6 guys walked up here. We know we got to account for 5. Okay, the back's got the 6th if the back's in the equation. If not, the sixth is on the quarterback, all right? But this isn't on the quarterback. This is on the offensive line over here. They get a twist and a stunt. We're going to get a replay of it, so I'm not even going to try to draw it here. I'm going to show it to you when we get the tight, all right? 3rd and 8, you're going to get pressure. I don't care who you are. They are overloading you here, right? That is where it appears that it is coming, and that's where it ends up coming. 40 drops, all right? 8 ends up they end up stunting and D'ing crossing here on the front side. Let's watch it. Yeah, ESPN's going to draw it for us. What the hell is I doing? 8's the problem. 8's who makes the sack, but here's the real problem, all right? See our shoulders turned in there, Trussy? All right, instead of working back and getting on the same level. We talk as offensive line coaches all the time about pass protecting and passing off stunts on the same level, meaning my offensive guard and my offensive tackle cannot be on different levels. They have to be on the same level. So when somebody crosses their face or crosses over, we can pass those things off. Okay, if I'm passing them off at different levels, guess what? There's space in between there, right? That's exactly what happens right here. We try to pass it off this way, all right, and there's going to be a massive gap in between Ernest and Xavier. Ernest, when you feel this, we've got to suck back down, all right? We've got to squeeze back down on our inside. We're a left tackle here, so we got to squeeze back down this way, right? Body lean's important here. It's also important to stay out of 3rd and 8s. It's a great oh shit play by the quarterback right here. Watch this. He's checking out. He's like, oh, that guy's open. As he gets blown up by Warren Brinson. Let's not attack high right there, Warren. Good Lord. Look at these two dudes move in unison right here. Can't tell which linebacker that is. It might be Xavier. Yeah, it's Xavier. Look at these guys. Well-coached football teams move in unison at all times. I love this from Ball State. They're going to motion the tight out over here and get into a trips bunch. And as the ball is snapped, they're going to run him on a vertical. They're going to kind of run him on that, and they're going to stop right there. Okay? So it's kind of like motioning to bunch and then essentially running flood out of it. So great play here by David Daniel, but I think a good quarterback here probably beats us. All right? There's the mesh. You see the vertical right there holding both defenders from Georgia, and they're slipping the tight end here. If this ball's thrown right now, all right, it might be a big play. Okay? I can't remember if there was anything I needed to hit. Oh, the punt return. Absolutely. All right, here we go. 5-star, Marvin Jones. NFL draft pick this year, Kamari Lassiter. Starting ex-receiver, Marcus Rosemi-Jacksaint. I believe that is Xavier Sori in there, 5-star linebacker. That is Michael Williams in there in the middle. That is Dan Jackson, former walk-on. That is Cole Spear. All right, these are the only two down-in, down-out players on the field. Everybody else, either preseason All-American, 5-star, or a starter on the damn field. All right, and the three biggest blocks on this play. One is from Malachi Starks, the All-American, probably the best safety in football, right here. Okay, it might be a block in the back, or it might not be. Actually, right there, boom, there it is. Wham! All right, that's a massive block that springs the play. Oh, and here's Jalen Walker getting this guy. All right, that's a big play. Not only does he get that guy, but now he's going to sprint ahead and go grab a couple more. Oh, and by the way, here's your starting star. Here's your starting star, your nickel corner out here just blocking his ass off on punt return team as well. Oh, and there's your starting X. Your starting X blocking his ass off all the way into the end zone as well. Special teams matter at the University of Georgia, and they picked everything up right here. Now, we just watched all that offensive play for the whole first quarter, which was 2 offensive drives. They moved the football relatively well. I didn't see anything that was glaring an issue. Did you, Mikey? No. We didn't sit here and scream or holler or yell or bitch or moan or none of that. You probably shouldn't either on Twitter. Hey, appreciate you. We'll see you later.